we've got this news article that Hoserlu posted, and you can read it here on the page if you click on the link. So it's Escape from Hat, and Mark Osborne, of course, created The Little Prince, if you guys recall, on Netflix, which was a huge success. And so Jinko Goto is the producer, and you can see that she produced Nine, which came out in 2009, which I heard was good, but I've never actually seen that. Finding Nemo, which is of course extremely popular, and Space Jam, which in 1996 was kind of a big hit as well. But in terms of what her role is going to be creatively on this project, I'm not really sure, other than maybe just a support for the team. But if Little Prince is any, inkling of evidence in terms of what that's going to be like, I think it's going to be an awesome film. But we're going to have to wait, of course, I guess. All right, so 2022 is when it comes out, so do the math there. It's going to be a long time. Also, let's see here. So, I didn't actually read this, but Hoserlu posted this thing called A Prayer for Mr. T, Thanksgiving special. And so this is going to be something that I think this came out a while back, didn't it? Let me check here. But let's see. Is this going to work? I think it's not going to work for me. There it goes. I've been having so many crazy technical issues these past couple of days with my computer, so let's see what happens. Yeah, it's not going to load for me. That's alright. Well, anyways, I probably should load this up in Chrome and check it out, see if it works there. Let me try that real quick. There we go. Okay, I think it'll load. Let me just make sure that the audio is not going to blast you guys. And alright, it doesn't want to load. Well, hopefully it loads for you guys. That would be a disappointment if it doesn't load. Alright, it's not going to work. Alright, well, that's 2 technical problems for me tonight so far. Alright. Now that we got the technical issues hopefully out of the way. Alright. So anyways, I'm just going to skip this. I'm going to get into my project here. So anyway, the technical issue I'm having, which the reason I paused before is that, I don't know if you guys can hear this here. So I've got this 3D printed arm I made for my microphone, and it appears to be bending really acutely, and every time I wanted to move my mouse, I had to actually hit my microphone. So I had to readjust it, and it's hopefully not going to break because it seems like it's falling off. Alright, well anyways. So hopefully you guys are having a good week. I've been super busy. I've got this project for a museum that I'm working on with some 3D printed heads. And cut this out here. And I'm trying to get it all done before tomorrow, so I've been awake for a really long time. And as you guys can probably tell by my voice. But it is... oh. That's strange. Alright, I think I know what I'm doing here. I probably have background. Yeah, that's why. Okay. go. So I have Burgess Meredith, who is 3D printed and been molded and cast and cleaned up and everything. And 2 Julie Newmar heads. And Cesar Romero head. And I've just been sanding and molding and casting for so many hours that I'm trying to get all that stuff out of the way, because tomorrow I'm going to my sister's house for Thanksgiving, and so she is going to be having a party, and I just want to get it all out of the way before we go there, because if I don't do that, I'll have to catch up after Thanksgiving. So what have you guys been up to? Anybody working on new projects now, or? I know I saw Randy posted a little a meme on our site about a puppet that sacrifices his own head for the proper camera angle. It's pretty funny. Let's see something here. I hope my microphone doesn't break tonight. Okay. So anyways, so if you guys remember, so our Bad Apples project, we had this kid, and you know, I'm looking at it, and it seems like his head is too small for the body here. Have you guys agree with me on that? I think his head should probably be about like this big. So I think the solution, instead of trying to resize all these heads, would be to resize the body down instead. So I'm going to resize his body because it doesn't look right to me. So I'm thinking his body should be probably about like this. Hey Animatas, what's going on? I think that probably looks better. And then this one I'm going to resize as well. Maybe about... So I want to make sure the height is the same. So Randy says, no new projects, but have been fun with memes lately. Yep. That's good. At least they're doing something, which is something creative. Move these feet all the way to the bottom here. Let's see if I can... You know, I should probably merge this body as well to the feet. Although I wonder what I'm going to do if I want to make this puppet walk. Should I move these feet or do something with the camera angles? So when this character walks, I may actually end up like zooming in on the body and the upper head and just like bobbing everything up and down to make it look like he's moving around, but I think that the body needs to be cleaned up here, because I see that green line around the outline of his body. Let me... Whoops. Rid of this. So it's probably going to show up on the final... yeah, so it's just a very fine line of green about here. And around, so... There we go. And then the feet. So this one also I can tell has got a green line as well, kind of around the edge. And Oh Whiskey's saying I should leave them in their own layers. I think you're probably right about that. Maybe it'll give me more options for animation. So are you guys going to be going to your families on Thanksgiving, or... Now I know Whiskey's in Canada, so maybe up in there in Canada. I think they have their own version of a Thanksgiving, but I know it's probably not going to be the same as in America. Same date. But if you're in America, of course, tomorrow's the big day. And my son has off for school for 3 days. So I think most kids have off school and all that good stuff. Sometimes they get to visit their crazy relatives and, you know, hopefully there's no arguments around the dinner tables this year. Which probably will happen. And Anamata says, I'm still working on my new 1-in chapters, maybe microsodes. Well, that's a good way to call it. Instead of episodes, microsodes. It's divided in parts. That's really the way to go. I mean, most people that work in stop motion, of course, when they work on webisodes or microsodes or short episodes or stories, whatever you want to call it, that's something that most people conclude is that, to make short episodes is much better than trying to make one long film all at once, because it just takes way too long. And it is hard to hold people's interest. Like, for example, this project here, I've been working on this for at least a year, I think now, right? I'm pretty sure it's like a year. So, I mean, the only way that I could really keep people's interest, if I were trying to do this in a viral way, or if like my YouTube channel was devoted just to this project, is to to make it like this, where I'm kind of showing how it's done, and you're making content as you go along, which is a good thing in a way. But of course the purpose for this is for people to learn a little bit, and I'm not really making my channel all about just this project. It's kind of about a whole bunch of different things. But you might try to make some kind of behind the scenes video or something, like little updates on what you're doing, and that's also good. Like if you're trying to get crowdfunding as well, you can show people your progress and get people interested that way. And Pen is asking, what do Canadians do for Thanksgiving? I think there's Thanksgiving is mostly an American holiday. It's kind of mired in conspiracy, and people get angry about it because it's about, of course, Native Americans are involved, and those issues are generally very testy. in America. I'm gonna delete this. I think that I probably resize that. I'm gonna paste this in there. Oops. Copy merged. I think that's probably pretty good in terms of size, because this is a little kid, and seems to be, it's probably a good head size for this character. And he says, my mom lives up in the Colorado Rockies while I'm down in Denver. It's just the two of us in this part of the country, so we usually meet halfway near the Continental Divide for holiday meals. Cool. That's pretty nice. At least you guys get together. We have some friends who do that as well here where we live in Springfield, Missouri, because we're kind of it's like a 4.5 hour drive to get to St. Louis from here. So a lot of times if people have relatives in St. Louis and they live in Springfield, they'll do kind of a similar thing, like drive halfway out there and meet their family, meet up in a like in a hotel, a restaurant or someplace. So Anamata says, and sometimes I can't avoid to post each progress in GIFs and segments. And Marnie says, Canadians drink beer with maple syrup in it for Thanksgiving. Is that a fact? It could be true. It could be true. And a whiskey says, Canada had Thanksgiving on October 8th, then we visit friends in the US and have it all over again. That would be fun. Alright, so now face number 2. Let's see if I can... So my goal here is essentially to paste the faces in and then line them up, as you can see. And then once they're lined up, I have an idea, but I don't know if this will work. So I'm thinking if I can make a mask around this entire thing. Oh, can I do it? I don't know how this will work or how this will look. But if I can keep this mask and just paste the heads in and then delete the green, I can probably get these done a lot faster. But it might look kind of messed up because the eraser tool has a bit of a taper, or like a let's see here. Well, let me clear this and then see. See, that would work. So let me paste another face in here and see if this will work. So Anamata says, I think in a lot of places people seize the end of the year to visit relatives. Alright, the big test. See, the mask is gone. Alright, is there a trick to Is it because I had this selected? Let me select a different tool. Wait, now, so when I paste it, oh, so why does it disappear? Why doesn't it stay there? Is there no way to, Oh, wait, I know how I can do this. I know I can do it. Alright, now. Let's see if this works. Alright, so let me line these faces up. I think I figured out how to do this. So I can line that up right there. Wait, is it gonna work? It's not gonna work. Alright, well I thought I could take a shortcut, but clearly I can't. Oh, wait, so the mask is still there? Oh. Wait. Clear? I don't get it. I do not get it. Oh. It's inverted, so select inverse. There we go. Alright, so evidently I can do it, but it's a kind of a complicated bunch of steps here. So I've got these three. So I'll make another head here. Well, I've only got 4 heads anyway, so I guess it doesn't, or 5. So it doesn't really matter that much, but let me cut this one out. Line it up. And then magic wand. Delete that so it moves down. And then select inverse. It works. Alright. It works. So Whiskey says, you and keep the mouths on their own layers with just one head base. Moho will overlay the layers. Okay. That is true, but the problem was that I'm afraid that the blending of the two, it won't work. Because if you recall, last week when I was putting the mouths on here, as I'm erasing it, there's like a shadow around there. And if I were to do something like this where this edge is crisp, it wouldn't blend the face that's in the back with the mouth very well. So that's why I did that. Alright, so this will be the last mouth for this view. After this, I'm definitely going to get some sleep. At least my brain works good enough to figure out Photoshop, though, for being away for so many hours. Alright, so paste. Move into position. And then select with the magic wand. Oh, wait a second. So this one. Oh, this one. And then delete. Isn't that weird? So if I have a layer on top and then I delete it, the mask will move down a layer. But you can't just, you can't somehow save this mask and just move it to different layers. I don't really know why it's like that. Maybe there is a way, I just don't know. That does seem strange. Alright, so now we've got that view in there. We've got all the right side views for the heads, and then so the next view would be the front. And maybe these don't have that green line on them. Let me check. If it does, I'll just repeat the same process I did before. So there is a green line. Alright. So I'm going to have to definitely remove that. So I'm going to take... Let's see. There's also a line around the hair as well. So hopefully this will all line up when I make the... Let me see here. So we'll go around. This one's a little bit more complicated because the green doesn't go all the way around. Like the very bottom here, there's nothing really there, so I don't want to cut that out. Let's see, and... There does seem to be a lot more people using Moho to make films, I noticed. I don't know if they're using it really for like super popular like Cartoon Network cartoons and stuff like that, but on the internet it seems to be pretty popular. Alright, so now I'm going to clear this. Create a new layer. Fill it in, and this will be our mask. Okay. Let's see if we can get the next head, and let's go like this. Paste it underneath. Line it up. Then magic lasso. Delete. Oop. No, I deleted the wrong one. Or did I? Delete? Delete. And then select inverse. Alrighty. And repeat. Alright, so I'm probably going to finish this up here. Oops. Pretty quick. Then we can move on to another character and maybe do the same thing. Oops. Alright, delete. I don't know why the delete key is not deleting it either. That's another mystery right now. Alright. Select inverse. And okay. Seems lined up pretty good. It worked. Crop it with the pen. No. So, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. Maybe I didn't explain it. But there's that green edge, you know? And so what I'm trying to do is, all these faces are actually copies of themselves. They're all copy and pasted heads. So they're all exactly the same in terms of the outline. And so I'm just going to go around and delete the green that's spilled over onto the edges of the face. That's really all I'm doing here. But in terms of like animation and stuff, as you can see, if I like sort of just hide one layer that's on top, you can see the lower layer, and so it looks like it's moving in that way. So there's a little bit of a difference with the way that they line up, just barely. But you can sort of see how that looks. This is a general idea anyways. Alright, so now this one. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, that's alright, I guess. Line that up. And then magic wand. Delete. Clear. Oh, I did the wrong one there. Did I? Let me see. Alright, so I had the layers reversed, I guess, or did I? Which one is it? This one? Did I select the inverse? There we go. Alright, so create a new layer. And this will be the last head. And this character will technically be done. So line these up. Delete. Alright, I have to use this one. So I guess you can't delete a layer with delete. That's probably what I'm doing wrong. Or where I'm thinking I'm... Right. Select inverse. Clear. Okay. Very good. So I do want to touch up things just a little bit. So I want to make sure all these layers don't have any sharp edges. And they do kind of have a little bit of a sharp edge towards the bottom. Let me see. Oop. That's a bit too... That's not nice. And Amatai says, I meant that the pen tool can sometimes give more accuracy to the cutting. I've done layer animation. Yeah, that's true. I I'm just going to clean things up a little bit instead. So I'll go through each layer. So like this little sharp angle here. Kind of get rid of that. Just little things. And I forgot also what I need to do with this is I need to make a bit of a shadow under all of these as well. So that there's like it looks like there's a separation between the neck and the body, because right now it looks like it's just literally pasted on like a piece of construction paper has been cut out. So that's the one thing that I wanna fix as well. It seems to be a little bit worse. And Whiskey says you can fix or adjust the layers in Moho if needed, but it's nice to have them aligned when animating. Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous about, you know, putting this in Moho, because I'm sure that there's things that I could do better in Photoshop that I don't know because I don't have experience with Moho. Like maybe there's something I should be doing that would make, you know, my life 10 times easier animation wise in that program. But like I say, this is just a learning experience for me, and so we'll see what happens. Alright, so all these are pretty good, and let's put the drop shadow in. Let's see here. So let's make the distance like, what did I make it the last time? I think it was like, must have been about like this, 4 or 6. All right, let me just let me write these numbers down so I can repeat them for each layer. 3, 6, 5, 13. Okay, very good. So that looks pretty good that way. So, oops, drop shadow, 53%. It probably doesn't have to be perfect, you know, but where'd it go? Where's my dialog box at? Alright, so I guess I can't press enter after I put in a number here. So I don't need to, okay. This is not like ZBrush. Sometimes my brain is thinking of shortcuts and things for my other programs, and they don't work on this program. 53, 6, 5, 13. Or 53, 6, 5, 13, 6, 5, 13. Three, 6, 5, 13. And repeat, and repeat. So Randy says, for the shadows, you can use copy layer style and then paste layer style, so you don't have to, does he? Copy layer style? Where's that at? No. Does it give me the option? Ah, okay. Paste layer style. Cool. Thank you, Randy. How did you know that? You guys are really good with this stuff. Yeah, they all look the same. Awesome. Alright. So what is left on this? I guess just the arms, and this guy is done. But where are his arms? That's the question. Okay. Let's see here. I need to minimize that. Alright, here's some arms. So I'm going to put these behind his body. And so I'm going to make a layer here. Yep, need to hide that first. Oh, what is this? Okay. I thought I already did that, but I guess I did not. Okay. Oops. There's that arm, and then this arm. Amatas says, or you can make a layer of with black brushes and fade it. And Randy says he does that all the time, so, and I believe it. Oops. That's a free transform. There we go. So this one I did properly. That last one, for some reason, the white was on the foreground layer for some reason. Paste. Free transform. So with these arms here, what I've done is I think I might make this for the, how many arms do I have? So I've got 1, 2, so 4. I'm just wondering if I need this many arms. Because the idea is that, so that the shadows, when I move the arms around, the shadows look natural as he moves. But I don't think I need that many, to be honest. I think 3 is probably fine. Which one is this one? Is it this one? No, it's this one. Okay, so I use this one. Oh wait, okay, so this is actually a left arm. I think. Is it like this? think this is probably this arm here. Yeah. I can see the fingerprints are the same. So this is actually a left arm. But then the shadow is reversed, so I'm not really sure what I was thinking here, to be honest. Actually, it would look better if it was a right arm. Or his left arm. Okay. I'm gonna go like this. Hey Janet, welcome back to the show. Alright, I think that's okay like that. And I think I made 2 layers here. Let's delete one of those. So I'm definitely cutting it close to the edge of my image file. So I gotta make sure it's not past it because it will be cut off in Moho probably as well. That won't be very nice. So let's do this, put it about 90 degrees, maybe like that. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Randy. I think that I don't want to have it look obvious, you know what I mean? That it's flipped. Let me see what this looks like here. So this would be... See, again, it's this arm, but it doesn't look right. So, I think I'll use it for this arm here. Well, I hope nobody can tell. Because technically this would be his left and right arm. They're both the same. You can see the little line detail in the center. I think that looks pretty good that way. Where's the right side? This one. So I don't want to use this one. I want to use this. Oh, is it almost 9 o'clock already? Alright, so I think this is going to look pretty good like this. I think his arm, if I were to just isolate this arm that I just plopped in there, is too low. I think his shoulder would be up here. So I'm going to probably move all these arms up just a bit. So this one would be like here. And this one somewhere around like this. I think that looks better. So this one, maybe a little bit higher. Like that. Hopefully that's pretty symmetrical. And then this one up a little bit. Over here. And then finally this one about there. I think that's good. Alright. So now we got ourselves a kid. Now, I'm not really sure in Moho what I'm supposed to do with this, because his, maybe this body I gotta move down. Let's see, so the angled body would be here. So I'm not sure if I should have two separate files, because when he moves to the side, right? So this is fine for the front view of the body. When he turns, then this arm should be on top of this body here. So it would be like that. So maybe what I need to do is like move, let's see, this arm, and this arm. Like this. I think I'm missing one arm here. Where is it? These are the left. These are the right. Maybe it's because this arm is covering it. Let me see. Alright, so that should be right. I think that's really what I need to worry about is the order of the layers before I bring it into Moho. So if I get rid of that one, put on this one. So this will work fine. Alright, very good. Is this making sense here? Where is it here? Yeah, I think that's okay. As long as his face looks... Nope. So, this body, I think I also need to move. Maybe like... here. Because when I put the face there, it doesn't really line up with the bib very well. So, actually, I also might kind of move it backwards like this. So his bib lines up where it's supposed to for the most part. Actually, maybe I should roll it back just a bit more. Then make sure his legs line up, which they pretty much do. Alright. Janet says, are you waiting for Black Friday? No, not really. And Amata says the advantage of some shadows being layers is that they can be animated as well if you're going to animate in that format. Yeah, so I mean the shadows should technically follow all the parts as they're moving around. Now, I mean, I might, because the show is going to have to end here in like another minute, but next week what I might do is just tweak these arms, and also, so I might add like a little bit of a shadow, as well as clean up any green, because there is a little bit of green on these arms, like this one here, you can see. I don't know if you guys can see that. But it doesn't look very nice. Can you see that? I guess you probably can. So like this here, it's all got to go. Yeah, I think next time when I do, why is this happening here? Ah, okay, so I'm actually seeing the layer below it also. Get rid of that. There we go. I thought I wasn't deleting the green, but I actually was. Um, yeah, I think you're right, Oh Whiskey. I definitely need to have some shadows in there because it doesn't look like it's... It looks like a cutout, you know. I don't really want that to look like that. And being that the bottom part of the arm is, like here, is really dark, you kind of would expect to see some shadow in that spot. So maybe I should just add a little bit of like a spray painted shadow. But let's see here. Let's see. Let me take a color from here. So this would be a shadow color I can take from, and then... Ooh, not nice. So why does that happen? Look at this. What's going on here? I think this is too large. Alright, I'm going to make the shadow and then merge these down. I'm going to make the opacity like that, which that looks pretty good. And then if I merge it down, I wonder why it's doing this. It's like making a blob behind the layer. It's like spreading out right in that spot. I don't understand that. Yeah, see, like if I merge it down, oh, is that it? It's making a shadow of the shadow. Ah, that makes sense. Okay. I see. So it's just barely going over the edge is what you're saying. So this little edge. Yeah, but see, I'm really not going over the edge. That's the thing I'm trying to say. Unless it's actually... So I thought it was edge-based with the shadows. So like here, it would be. But here it's not. Alright, well, let's do this. Alright. So I wonder in Moho if I could link these two layers, you know, having this one shadow layer or not, with the one below it, so that it seems as it behaves as one layer. Or maybe what I'll do is let's turn off drop shadow for that one. Merge these two. And I'll turn drop shadow back on. Let's see if that does it. Really? Oh. Yeah, there's definitely something wrong with that though. It's almost like there's a... Yeah, I've got it. I've done that, Randy. I've made a new layer just for the shadow, but I don't know. I think I might mess with it next week. I think I'll just leave it for now. And next week I'm going to go through and clean up all these arms and stuff. So anyways, I do appreciate you guys coming by as usual. And hopefully you guys have a nice Thanksgiving. Hopefully, you know, you're meeting up with your families and having fun and maybe getting creative as well. Because I do know a lot of people have off this time of year for the holidays. So anyways, thanks a lot. And I guess I will see you guys all next week. See you later. Hopefully my thing doesn't break here. Alright, see you guys.